Is record collecting a hobby, or is it something more? We're talking about that and more coming up next. Hi, my name is Frank. Welcome back to channel 33 RPM, your channel for vinyl, gear, and more. We got a bunch of viewer questions I'm responding to in today's video. We're talking about that whole issue of record collecting. Is it a hobby or isn't it? That's something I've been giving some thought to lately. What else do we have on the list here? We're talking about outer sleeves and how to sleeve double albums. So you are going to want to watch this video till the end. I've talked enough. Let's get right to it.
Dear 33ers, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. A thumbs up also helps this channel continue to grow. I appreciate your support.
This first question comes from viewer Anthony Hill, and he writes, I have never considered buying records as a hobby. I hate that term for consuming music. I listen to all formats of music. I started buying records in 1974 for the music first and foremost. All formats can sound great with proper equipment. Here's an AMA question you can post to your viewers. Is buying records a hobby or a preferred way of listening to music? So this is a good question, and going back and thinking over some of the videos I've done in the past little bit, yeah, I definitely have referred to record collecting specifically as a hobby. I've done it multiple times. And going over what Anthony says here, I think we are both basically on the same page. However, we are coming at it from slightly different angles. I mean, to me, I can't understate the importance of music in my life. I mean, music is certainly one of my largest and biggest passions. I listen all the time. I listen in the car, I listen at home, and here in the music room. I crank the tunes while mowing the lawn. I mean, that is an integral part of my life, as I am sure if you're watching this channel, music is a very important part of your life. I mean, in addition to listening to music, I play guitar. I've played in bands for years. Just to play all the nightclubs here in town. I haven't jammed as much lately just because of the COVID situation, so we've been kind of staying apart. But yeah, definitely, I mean, music in all forms, consuming, playing, creating is an important part of my life. I mean, that's the first point I want to make. The second point is that to me, the way I consume music is secondary. I mean, it's less important than the actual music. I mean, I collect records. I dig CDs. I still listen to cassettes. I have some 8-tracks. I stream music all the time. That vehicle, the way I receive the music, again, to me is secondary. And that's the part that perhaps is the hobby. Music is not the hobby, but record collecting and the practice of looking for and finding and acquiring different pressings of an album. That to me is the hobby. The hobby is fooling around with gear and trying out different cartridges and different turntables, speaker placements, different ways and techniques to clean records. I mean, that's the nerdy stuff. And again, that part to me is the hobby. It's seeking out and collecting the rare pressing of my favorite album from Japan or that German pressing or whatnot. So, I mean, I don't want to belittle this hobby. There, I said it again. I don't want to belittle record collecting in viewers' minds by calling it a hobby. That's not what I mean at all. I mean, music is life. To me, the hobby is collecting the physical medium, the physical specimens, and again, fooling around with my gear. That's my take. What do you think? Is record collecting a hobby? And how do you define a hobby? I'd love to know in the comments below this video. This next question comes from viewer Model T 1994. Is there a reason you slide your records behind the album jacket instead of inside it? What do you do if your record is a dual record? This is a good question, and one we talk about on this channel from time to time. I store my records in, I suppose, a bit of a unique way, where I put the outer sleeve on the jacket, but I leave the opening on top. And then I slide the record into the back of the jacket, and this leaves it this makes it quite easy to access the record from the back. You just pull it off your shelf, and you pull it out. And people ask why I do this, and again, it's a couple of reasons. I mean, it's convenience. That's the big one. The other one, too, is if you store your records a traditional way, where you have your opening on the side, and you place it in your record shelves, when you pull the record out, the sleeve out of your shelves, like you pull it physically out of there, the sleeve has a tendency to slide off, which I find annoying. So again, this is purely for convenience and easy access to the record. And this way, when you pull it out, the sleeve, when you pull the record out from your shelf, the sleeve doesn't come off. That's the way I like it. It's not for everyone, but it works for me, and that's the way I've been doing it for years. Now, in terms of double records, and this is what Model T's real question was, I believe, it can cause some issues. Problem can be that if the album jack is too thick and the records are too thick and your sleeve is too small, two records won't always fit in the back of your record. Generally, it has not been a problem for me. This is a double Judas Priest live album, and both these records are easily able, as you can see, to slide in the back, and the outer sleeve is not tight at all, so this one worked out. Sometimes if the sleeve is tighter, I'll slide it in between the gatefold, and that way it fits, number one. And number two, that way if the outer sleeve, is too tight, it won't cause the jacket to kind of squish and get damaged. So I mean, just pulled a couple random double records from my collection, and just to see. And again, here's another one, Alice Cooper. And again, both records easily slid in the back, and it wasn't too tight. However, I do have a new way of doing this as well. This is the new Whitesnake album, and I'm using on this one outer sleeves from Vinyl Storage Solutions. And with these ones, so Vinyl Storage Solutions has those dual pocket sleeves, where it has one pocket for the album jacket and another pocket at the back to slide your records in. If you take two of those sleeves and put them together, you can actually easily sleeve your double record, and there's an extra pocket here to slide one record in, and an extra pocket at the back to slide another record in. So that's just by putting two of those sleeves together, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll leave a link here. Check out vinylstoragesolutions.ca, and Mike will show you on his website how you can use his sleeves to sleeve double records. But again, for me, I haven't had a huge problem with double records and sliding the vinyl, the records themselves, into the back. Triple LPs, that's a whole other world, and I've had tons of issues with those. I'm still trying to find the ideal sleeve for triple records, and I find those ones are hit and miss, but for me, double records have not been a huge issue. I hope this helps. All right, 33ers, that is this edition of AMA, I guess, or responding to readers' comments and questions. I would love it if you wade into some of these topics as well in the comments below this video. Remember, if you dug this video, I'd appreciate a quick thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck are you waiting for? Otherwise, dear 33ers, I hope each and every one of you has a fantastic week. Until next time, keep on spinning.